How did you end up at RepStack?
So I came across this email for RepStack.
Let everybody know that what is a CSM.
It's similar to that of an account manager.
Funny incident or anything that is you're proud of?
I've always wanted to do MBA, but at that time I did not realize that I had to do BBA before doing MBA.
Hello everyone, welcome again to my podcast. And before introducing you to my next guest, if any one of you is looking for a job and has a digital marketing experience, we're always hiring. So if you know somebody, if you're a digital marketer, hr@repstack.co, you'll find the email address here as well. If you are eager to learn, and you think that I can be a great digital marketer, join our RepStack Learning Academy. We'll share the link over here as well. And now I'll head to my next guest, which is somebody we really admire. Almost been 3 years with us. And welcome, Habiba.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start with the same old questions, Habiba. Where are you based out of, and where was your early education from, and how did you end up at RepStack?
Yes, so I am based here in Islamabad, and I've been living here for quite some time. And as far as my education is concerned, I have done my bachelor's from FAST back in 2021. And immediately after my graduation, I was checking my email inbox, the FAST email that we had. So at that time, I was also applying to different companies. So I came across this email for RepStack, and I applied immediately. And then after like 3 to 4 days, I got a call from RepStack, and they told me that it's a work from home opportunity. So if you're willing, so let's schedule the interviews. And I was like, what could be better than work from home, right? So I said yes immediately, and then my interview was booked for an MTO position in a CS department. So since then, I've been here.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I think the MTO position is something that's just the beginner level at RepStack.
Yes.
So how was your journey from that MTO to what you are today? We'll come to what you are today, but from the journey of all the learning, and how is that process?
Yes, so I tell that to everyone that this is my first corporate experience, and I've never worked elsewhere. So I was really anxious at that time on how it would turn out to be, and especially if it was work from home, I was not really sure how that would work out. So this was a 3 months MTO program, and I completed my 3 months, and I was really excited for the future opportunities that were there. So I was offered a role of CS coordinator, and that was the first time that role was offered, and there was no customer success coordinator at that time. So I'm actually proud of that as well, that I actually created that position, and obviously thanks to my manager for creating that opportunities for me. So I've been a coordinator for almost 1 year, and then I was promoted to a customer success manager. So that is my journey so far, step by step. So here I am today, sitting here.
Awesome. So what is let's let everybody know that what is a CSM?
Customer success manager, yes. So basically, it's similar to that of an account manager. And I am responsible for a certain number of accounts and the associates at the same time. So I have, at the moment, I have 26 clients that I'm working with, and 31 associates. And basically, a client's success is my success. And I get on a call with the clients and their feedback sessions on how things are going, and how I can help them in achieving their targets. So that is primarily what my role is in making my clients successful. Basically,
you're the bridge between the client and your associate as well. Yes. And so these, if you look into it, it's kind of a double work maybe. You have to keep the client happy as well. You have to keep the associates happy as well. And I think one thing that we really tried to implement it in RepStack is the culture of making the associate the most important thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Because if he or she is happy, then of course they'll be working well, and then of course your client will be happy as well. So I think you guys are doing something which is extraordinary. What was the role which was the coordinator? So, and how did you shift from the CSM coordinator to the CSM role? What's the jump between these two?
Yes, so for the CS coordinator role, I would say that the coordinator is literally the backbone of the CS department because they handle everything.
Because you were there?
Oh, well, I have my coordinator as well, and he's doing a really good job. Awesome. So that's why I'm actually saying that, and I can't imagine a day without him. So basically, they do everything in the back end. Okay. They fill out the forms for us, they fill out the sheets for us, and they do like literally everything with us. So that was the role, and you cannot go wrong as a coordinator because there are forms that on the back end that are dependent on that, and then there are associates' names and clients' name, and everything can mess up. So you need to be very, very careful when you're in that role. So that's the reason why I said that it's the backbone of the company, so of the CS department, I would say. So, and there are also allusion between the other departments. If there's any communication that we need to have with the other departments, the HR, EAs, anyone. So they are the connecting partners basically, and they can schedule the calls and anything. If any other department requires anything from us, so they can ask our coordinator as well because they're updated with everything. And they also go on client calls with us, so they know what the backstory is, or if for any reason the CSM is not reachable, it's he or she is in the call, so they can also reach out to the coordinator. So it's they're the second half of us.
Awesome. I just got to know that today. So they're kind of your executive assistants as well, apart from being your data providers and stuff like that. Awesome. And so how is it? I'm sure you've done a lot of educational things in your university time. But once you started your career, and now you're at least interacting with 26 people who have a very different culture and a very different mindset as well. How is that? And mashallah, you take a hijab as well. So how does that? How do you fill in that gap, and how do you culturally connect with your clients?
Yes, honestly, so that is the best part because, like I said, that this is my first corporate experience, and now I'm working in like US market, and they're very, very fast-paced people, and there is no
cutthroat environment.
Oh yes, absolutely. And there are no second chances given, I would say. So you need to be on top of your toes all the time. So yes, it is very fast-paced, and since I've landed this job immediately after graduating, so I'm keeping up with it. It's a tough job, but it's good. I mean, and I really like when clients appreciate, especially based in US, when they appreciate the hijab that I do. Yeah. And that's the best feeling. And they're accepting our culture, and we're accepting their culture. So I really like that about this job.
Awesome. And so you, and culturally they do connect, of course, and it's different, but you just need to understand. Regarding the US market, I always tell everybody that, I've worked in a Swedish company for a long time, 12, 13 years, and I've seen their culture, how do they work and everything. But then when I came to RepStack, this is crazy. This is like, you don't have any second chances, you don't have anything. And for the audience, for the people who are just starting off, I think if you've worked in this environment, then you will never go wrong anywhere in the world. Because these 8 hours means 8 hours. Then there's no it's not 7.5 hours.
Oh yes,
so
absolutely.
It is. So this is something that I've learned when I came to RepStack. Before that, I always thought that it's the same. A coffee break of around 45 minutes doesn't say much, but it does.
Yes, exactly. And I'm lucky. I would say that I got this opportunity. Because like you said, that if you're working here, then you can't go wrong anywhere else. So I'm lucky to be here. And also, yes, our meetings are booked, 30-minute slots are booked. And once you get in there, it's just 30 minutes, productive talk, no here and there. So it's straight to the point. So it's always like that for me. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So, and anything, related to your clients, that any funny incident or anything that is, you're proud of that maybe happened with your clients that you want to share?
Yes, there are multiple incidents that happened with my clients, things that I did not expect would happen that happened on the call. So a few of the wins that I also want to share. So one of my client, she actually emailed me one day, and the subject of the email was favor. And I was like, what would that be? Then I opened it, and it was basically, she was requesting me if I could train her account managers.
Oh, nice.
And all of her account managers are based in US, and they're like American people.
Okay.
So and I was actually like shocked to hear that. I was like, how's that gonna go? What am I going to do there? So, but she was really impressed by the job that I was doing, and she really wanted her account managers to be doing what I was doing.
Awesome.
So I discussed with my manager, and then she said that let's work on it, and you can prepare a presentation for it, and let's see how it goes. And then it took me like 3 to 4 days to actually prepare for the presentation, because there were a lot of people, and it was her team that was. It was her weekly call, basically, to which she invited me.
Okay.
And there were a lot of people on that list. I was looking at the calendar invite list. So I prepared a presentation. I started with RepStack's journey on how we, succeeded as a company. And she also wanted to mention how I get Google reviews and testimonials for the clients. So, and that's like a whole story. It's not like I jump in right after the onboarding and I ask them to give us a Google review. That's not how it goes. It's like it's a proper journey that we go through. So it's first the onboarding, and then the feedback calls, and then we follow this L10 format that we have for the feedback calls. So every time I get on a call with the client, I follow that L10 format, and I actually shared that with the client on how the whole journey goes and what goes behind taking a Google review or a testimonial. So that was like a huge win, and that happened for the first time. It was around a 30-minute session that I had with her account managers.
Nice. That's, and these are the kind of things, when you hear these stories, it makes you feel so proud.
And yes, and at the end, they collectively gave me a testimonial.
Oh,
so
did they?
that was a huge win for me too.
Nice.
I was not expecting that.
Oh, nice. I'm glad your manager, I hope your manager did, take that into account before filling out your yearly forms or something. I hope so.
Yes, she might have, yes.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. And so you're doing your master's as well with I haven't seen many people do that. So that is an exception. So how do you cope with this kind of job and with the master's? How are you coping with that?
Yes, so I've always wanted to do MBA. So back when I was in grade 5, probably I was like, I'm gonna do MBA. But at that time, I did not realize that I had to do BBA before doing MBA. So when I was done with my bachelor's, and I was like, it's time for me to do MBA. So I took a 2 years break, but I was also working during this time. So I did give it a second thought whether I'd be able to manage it or not. But then I finally made a decision that this would be the right time for me to do my master's with my job. So I just took a decision back in last year, 2023. And then I got into NUST, and I'm currently doing my master's from there. So it does get difficult for me, because managing a job with master's gets very, very difficult for me. But how I manage it is that I have designated 8 hours to RepStack, and then I have designated hours for my studies. Mm-hmm. And that's the only reason how I could manage it. Yeah. Otherwise, I would be all over the place. And with that, I am also managing a good GPA.
Oh, nice.
That's like a huge, huge win for me. And I don't know how I'm actually doing that, but I've made it through 2 semesters.
Oh, nice. If I was you, I wouldn't go for the GPA. I would just clear it, get it done, get the degree.
Yes, but at NUST, we have this policy that you can't go below 3 GPA.
Oh, okay.
Yes, otherwise you'd be given a warning. Yeah. And if you are below 2.5, you'd be out of NUST.
Oh, okay.
So that's the way.
So it's not a choice.
No, it's not a choice, and plus it's very competitive.
Okay.
It's too competitive, but I made it through 2 semesters, so I'm proud of that.
Okay, awesome. So how does your day look like? I mean, I would be interested in knowing that. What time do you wake up and, working these hours? It's not easy, definitely. Oh, but how does your day look like?
Definitely, it's not easy. So what I do is I try to wake up early in the day. Not that early. It's like 12 p.m.
Yeah, so, of course, that's early. Yeah. If you're working night shifts, that's early.
So I try to wake up 12, 1. It varies. So I do have my breakfast with my mom. Well, it's her lunchtime and it's my breakfast time. So we spend some time together. And then right now I'm on my summer break.
Okay.
So in this time, I am spending some time for my hobbies. I like to paint, I like to cook. So the afternoon is the time when I'm spending time with my mother and, doing my painting and all of that stuff. So, and then our first meeting of the day starts at 6:30. So that I just come to my laptop at 6, just work on anything that is needed for that meeting. If there's anything that I need to discuss, I just have it open on my laptop so that once we start the call, we all can, discuss our issues and problems or concerns that we have. It's basically our team meeting, the first team meeting of the day. And that is where we plan our day as well. If there's anything that we have discussed as a team, then I take the action items from them and then I work on them throughout the day.
So, and tell me, you have 26 clients, right?
Yes.
So you have at least, if not more, you have 52 people that you need to talk to.
Yes.
How do you fit them in the calendar? Do you do it or your coordinator does it? And because that needs a lot of organization. So how do you manage that?
Yes, so it entirely depends as well, because a few of my clients, they're really, really happy with the services, so they don't get on regular calls with me. I just drop them an email and they just reply me with like a one-liner on how happy they are with the services.
But still, you have to connect with them. You have to drop them an email. So how do you keep the reminders and stuff?
Yeah, so every time I sit on my laptop, I open a group of tabs that I have. Slack, email, calendar, and ClickUp. It's there all the time. I've actually have them on my fingertips now. Okay. So I reply to the messages that I have on Slack, and I've created a separate group for my associates. We have like a CS group, and I know if there's any message coming there, so it's like from the CS department, and then I have my associates team separated. So I know that if there's any message coming from there, so it's regarding the associate and regarding the client and any associate concern. And I also have important channels where we coordinate with other teams, for example, RSA and sales department. So I have them separated, so just to keep my communication on point. Because otherwise, if everything is at one place, then I can't differentiate between what the concern would be and urgency-wise as well, what is more important for me. So, every day, not every day, every other day, I just drop a message to my associates on Slack on how everything is going. And then I have the reminders on my calendars.
Okay.
And then I drop email to my clients every 15 days. So that is how I try to keep in touch with everyone, with the 52 people I'm managing.
I wish I could do that. But, and anything else, any personal wins that you want to share? Do you have anything left, or do you want to speak about something?
Yeah, so this personal win that I've already shared was regarding Laurie's win.
Okay.
And there's another thing that I wanted to share, that this one time I was on a call with a client. It was a normal feedback call. And this client, she's hired 3 associates from us. And I just got on a call, normal, casual conversation, feedback call that I was having. And then suddenly it turned out to be a strategy session that I was having with her.
What's a strategy session?
So strategy session is basically, it entirely depends on what the client wants it to be like. So it could be either quarterly, every 3 months, on what the future of the business would be and what changes the client and the owner, the chiefs want to make to the business. So this lady that I'm talking about, she is a single owner of the company, and she's managing a team of I think 15 people, including 3 of our associates.
Okay.
And then she has clients coming in, and she wanted to strategize on how she can grow her business.
Nice.
So it turned out to be a strategy session. She asked for details for the kind of associates we provide, and I gave her that. And then she was like asking me on what would be the right strategy. If she hires an SDR, would that work out for her? And or if she hires account managers from us, so would she hire, would it be successful if she hires from RepStack? And then she was like, by looking at you, the kind of work that you do and how you do it, I think it would be a very good strategy for me to switch my account managers to RepStack. And that's her long-term plan that she's made with me, that she will be switching all her account managers to RepStack. She's hired 1 right now, so she has decided to gradually increase it to 4 to 5.
Great share, Viva. That's that's an amazing story, because I haven't heard of that before. Like client strategizing with us, that all right, what do I want to do? Anyway, All right, and the last one, I would what would you suggest to somebody who's just joining RepStack or just starting off with digital marketing? What do you think is the most important thing that they should maybe look into?
The first thing that I'd like to tell them is that the culture here at RepStack is the best one so far. So it's the culture that you're working with. And second, I would advise is that honesty can take you places. So always be honest with your work. At times, things might go south, but in the long run, it's always beneficial. So, and the second thing would be accountable. So if you've made any mistakes, you should be the first one actually acknowledging them and telling that you've messed up. So, and there's always a way out of it. Yep. So that is something that I would advise everyone.
Everybody makes mistakes, and
yes, exactly. And the number of times that I've made my mistakes, then they're countless. Yeah. But you always come back stronger.
Yeah. That's human. We're humans, and I think the thing that Habiba just mentioned there about the ethical, I think that's one of our priorities, and that's what builds this RepStack culture as well. Ethics, empathy is very important. Thank you so much, Habiba. I have a small gift. So everybody who comes to this will now be getting this Yeti tumbler from here on. So this is for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for coming on the show. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.